You have to formulate your own blueprint to success. What I mean by that is simple. People can only give you advice. They can only give you suggestions. When you ask other people, when you ask your mentor, they can only let you know what brought them success. But the one thing you always got to keep in mind is these things, that's what they experience. And you are not them. You can never duplicate. You can never replicate. You can only absorb that information that others tell you about. Take heed of that. Roll it into your own package. Repackage it. Come across your own ideas and make your own unique blueprint to success. Here's the thing. Every individual is unique. From the moment you were born, you are already dealt a certain type of hand. Whether you were born with a silver spoon or not, everything in life is based on luck. You just started off with wealthy parents, poor parents. Hell, you could even be an orphan. Location matters. You could be born in the United States. You could be born in a war-torn third world country. That in of itself is also luck-based. So at the end of the day, luck plays a huge factor in your life. So only way that you can mitigate that is by truly being out in the trenches and absorbing information through experience and practicality. Reading books, living through the lens of others. Yeah, it could help somewhat. It could shortcut you in a way by letting you know things that are definitely not going to work. But ultimately, you gotta be out there in the field. You gotta be out there doing your own thing. Using what you read, what others tell you, your mentors, as suggestions, but you cannot take them as gospel. Like I said, you are not them. When they tell you, oh, I did this, I did that. Oh yeah, I invested all my money in crypto and it blew up and I sold it all. I threw all my life savings into GameStop and it blew up. Now I'm a multi-millionaire. Yeah. Me telling you all that, you already know what the red flag of that is. They were basically playing the lottery. They got lucky. If you could see that and go, listen, that can't be copied. You're right, it can't be. It's like someone telling you the blueprint to success, just get the right number. Get the right winning numbers in the jackpot, in the Powerball, the New York lottery. Once you win those billions, get the right number, and that's it. You're set, man. You just gotta keep playing. You'd be like, come on now. What are the chances? What are the odds of that? And that's why you gotta take everything other people say with a grain of salt, especially when you're asking them for advice. Because what may work for them, what has worked for them, not only may it not work for you, it will likely never work, because a large part of your life and what dictates it is based off of luck. And that's truly how it is as well with the people you meet, things you do in life. I mean, hell, if we're looking at the darker stuff, freak accidents, those can always occur. Unlucky things could happen to you. You might get cancer. You might get hit by a car. You simply never know. The world is based on luck. But at least somewhat, you can decrease the chances of bad luck and increase it. But I want you to certainly be cognizant that you can never take any information as gospel. And the reason I'm telling you this is many times you might absorb new information. You might come across certain groups, especially when you're learning stuff, like experiencing something new. Let's say your girlfriend cheated on you. You got divorced. Something catastrophic happened to you. Of course, when that happens, your life gets turned upside down. You're going to try to make sense of it all. You're going to try to ask, why? Why did this happen? You probably know where I'm going here. You probably stumble upon certain types of information like red pill, black pill, blue pill, purple pill. Like all this stuff I'm telling you, you'll be like, what the hell is he talking about, man? If you're not aware of this, what I'm saying is certain things that you consume, you're essentially putting on a certain tint of shades, whether it be sunglasses, red shades. It's gonna cloud, it's gonna paint the world a specific color. And you must be cognizant of that. You have to realize that certain things that you consume, especially a lot of it, it's gonna really warp your viewpoint. Especially so if you do it every day. Just like, for example, if you become a doctor, you become a surgeon. So you understand, at first, the first dead body I've ever seen in the anatomy lab, oh yeah, I was taken aback. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, look at that cadaver. Cutting up a body, taking out their organs, and holding it in my hands. Ooh. It's not for the squeamish. But what happens after the 10th body, the 50th? After you've been performing surgeries at the ER for 2 decades, what happens next? Obviously, you're going to become desensitized because you've seen it all, literally, all the organs. You've performed everything. Your view of that, of a human body, is warped. For the better or worse. You no longer flinch when you see blood all over the place. And rightfully so if you're a doctor, because you have to be calm under those circumstances. But when you see dead bodies lying in a pool of blood, instead of going, oh my God, freaking out, he's like, all right, cool. Well, not cool, but you know what I mean. It's like, oh, I've seen it before. Call the cops. Call 911. Call the paramedics. Wheel them off. But you have to understand, your viewpoint will be influenced. It will be skewed. That is why it is imperative that you understand that whatever you consume, once in a while, you have to be aware of it. Take your head out of the waters and just distance yourself and recollect your thoughts. Consume something else. Consume a different viewpoint so you can see things from another angle, another vantage point. That is why it's imperative that you not only consume red pill, you consume black pill, blue pill, purple pill, That way, you can have a holistic view of life. You could come to a conclusion that best suits you, yourself. See, trust me on this. There are certain tactics out there that I've tried, certain things out there that I put into practice many a times with catastrophic failure. Sometimes I wonder, hey, what's going on? I follow this down to the wire. Why can't I get any results? And don't let anyone tell you that everyone is on an equal playing field, because that is simply a lie. Don't let anyone tell you looks don't matter, because that is also simply a lie. The more you deviate from an ideal, physically fit, athletic body, the less you become attractive. It's just that simple. Just think of somebody that's 1,000 pounds. Barely even looks human. How can you become attracted to that? It simply doesn't work. So looks do matter. That's why you gotta stay in shape. You gotta dress properly. And you gotta take into account what you are left with, what you were dealt with. Like, look at me. You could tell right off the bat, I'm Asian. Okay, what next? How tall am I? How built am I? Do glasses set me back? Whatever it is, how do I work with that? What type of strategy do I employ? It all comes down to you formulating your own blueprint. What people tell you is only a guideline. What works for them. Like my friend who has told me what he did. Honestly, he didn't really do anything. He just kept asking girls out, but he was getting results left and right. And why is that? How? Is he smoother than me? Is he more charismatic? Is he smarter? You might just go, no, got nothing. But what else is there? His location, his looks, his ethnicity, his age, anything comes into play. You have to accept that. And if it's not working for you, you have to pivot. You have to try something else. That is why there are so many different viewpoints out there in the world. That is why everyone is trying to sell you their own formula to success. And if you really understand how the world works, you simply don't need any of that. Because whatever they tell you on the internet, all these short clips, exactly, these videos that I make, they might not work for you. But if you listen to it, you might just discover something new that you could incorporate, spin it, and formulate it to work for yourself. And with that being said, hope you learned something tonight. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.